Fighting out of the red corner, 22 wins, 6 losses, weighing in at 170 and 1/2 pounds, in Ireland.
How does this one end?
It's going to be a demolition. It's going to be an absolute demolition. I know
The way he says that smiling is so psychotic.
damage he's taken. I know I will just have to touch him. And after that, it will be clinical. So to win alone is not just enough. It must be spectacular, and that it will be.
Okay, wow, no send-off there. The interview just stops. That's kind of a paramount. Get your shit together. But you heard it there at the end. Max has taken a lot of damage. All I need to do is touch him, and I agree with him. I know, I'm the same guy that said this is going to be a really tough matchup for Conor, and it will be. Conor's undersized at 170, but he's also already faced Max, and he also already knows what Max is susceptible to, and does somewhat better when guys are high-volume strikers that don't have a ton of power in their hands. And yes, I do believe that there's a different version of both guys that are fighting. Conor is not the old Conor in good and bad ways, and Max is not the old Max in good and bad ways. I think Max's advantages are his volume, his gas tank. He has weaponized pace and cardio that Conor, it's very difficult for him to keep up the same pace and cardio for 5 rounds. I think Conor obviously has the speed. I think he has.
We'll see.
But yeah, I guess the other part too. Like if Max goes in there and puts a beating on him,
Yeah.
is this the last time you see Conor? I mean, I doubt it. I suspect he'll try and like find another way to keep this train on the tracks. But
Yeah.
like, what if he goes in there?
That's
and
a great
just looks
point.
Like shit, you know.
That's a great point, because is he the type of personality? Now, he has lost, and he lost devastatingly to Dustin Poirier in the way, but there was an injury. If he just gets outworked, knocked out, just outworked, like, can he live with that? Like, that's the thing. I'm like, is he gonna be like, no? Now we're gonna see Conor want to turn around and come back in there quicker, within months, that type of thing, because he just doesn't want to live with that. That'd be interesting to see too. If it,
I think he wins. I do think he wins. I do think there's a lot of questions about how McGregor, like his lifestyle outside the cage, and then being able to train, being able to juggle everything, and again, like going back to what Marvin Hagler said back in the day, man, it's hard to get up and run whenever you're sleeping in silk pajamas, So, like, how much is he really going out there and training? How much is he really just putting up for show? We won't know until the fight, and I like my chances with Holloway. Again, he's been way more active. He's been in the gym. And especially even in his last fight, he didn't take much damage. So for me, I'm thinking it's more of a Holloway win. And again, also he's one of my favorite fighters. So I'm definitely going Holloway. But if I'm looking at it from the outside perspective, there is that X factor of Conor McGregor coming at actually better. But again, in MMA, the older you get, it's usually a slow decline. And the way he looked his past couple, I'm not 100% sold on McGregor right now, so I'm going hard.
Now, apparently he's sobered up, but still, he's done a lot of damage to his body in the time that he's been away from the sport. And I do think that in this matchup, dude, we're going to see Max Holloway go out there, survive the early storm from McGregor, eat the titanium shin bone, and I think he's going to knock out Conor McGregor in the 3rd round. So I'm going to be picking Max Holloway to knock out Conor McGregor in round number 3. Leave me know what you think in the comments below. I do want to say this now. I'm not going to be doing a live fight companion for the card. I'm going to be going
out. I think with McGregor being at 170, I think he'll be a little bit more durable. I think he's been heavy for a while. The fact that he doesn't have to cut the extra weight, I think, is a big advantage for Conor McGregor in this fight. McGregor may be slower, but again, he won't have to cut as much weight. Holloway is fighting at 170 for the first time. Is any of that power going to translate? I don't think Holloway has a lot of power to begin with. If you look at most of Holloway's wins, they are by decision, right? You look at it there, Poirier decision. Gaethje was a 5th round finish, and let's be honest, Gaethje kind of gave that away with the pointing to the ground, and his nose was broken, so that led to him getting the knockout. Korean Zombie shortly retired after this win in 2023, or not shortly retired, only a couple more fights later, then he ended up retiring. But look at this, Arnold Allen decision, Yair decision, Kattar decision. Should have pretty much finished Kattar in that fight. I'll give him credit for that. But Holloway mainly does not finish his opponents. You have to go all the way back to the Aldo fights where he was able to finish him, but typically he's not much of a finisher. Now, McGregor could get really tired in this fight. We've seen him have cardio issues and slow down, and maybe Holloway gets a TKO finish. I certainly could see that happening, but I think the big thing here for Holloway is just winning the fight, and I could see him being a little bit more conservative, maybe not trying to go for broke as much, knowing that McGregor still does
With the MMA world preparing itself for the likely clash between Conor McGregor and Max Holloway, there is no doubt that experts have had their differing views as to what the fight would entail. Whereas some feel that Conor has precision, timing, and the deadly left hand, which makes him a live player against any opponent, others feel that it will be his cardio and toughness that will completely suffocate Conor in the 5-round period of the fight. Across the board, pro fighters and analysts are leaning into one big question: can Conor land clean early, or does Max take over as the fight drags on?
I think win, lose, or draw, we get a very, very good version of Conor. I think Max is the perfect matchup. There is no perfect matchup after taking a 5-year layoff. But again, this is in boxing, so there's no warm-up. So to come back to be the caliber of star that Conor is, there's no warm-ups. You're going to get a tough fight. Out of all the tough fights, all of them are tough. He'd be an underdog in every single one except for Michael Chandler, but that's not a big enough name to come back after a 5-year layoff. So that's why they're not doing it. But for all the tough matchups, stylistically, and this is crazy, I know, the safest matchup they could give him is Max Holloway after a 5-year layoff. Not a knockout artist, but he does have the capabilities and the footwork to embarrass you over 5 rounds, and you get beat up. But the chance of you ending up face down, ass up aren't that good, unless they do the point down thing, which has been played out so many times now, and they just throw caution to win. So it's kind of set up for Conor, and what's on the line for him is, again, financially and also for his legacy. Financially, though, he beats, let's go through the scenario. If he beats Max Holloway, well, then in order to fight for a title or to get that next big matchup, which will be for sure be before April 2027, he'll get a title shot. Guaranteed.
Just like most other UFC competitors who have expressed their opinion on this Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway rematch, Jamal Hill finds it challenging to predict the outcome of this match. For instance, Hill initially found it difficult to pick a winner in favor of Holloway based on one single thing: activity. As for Hill, Max is actively fighting the best opponents in the sport, whereas McGregor has been out of action for some time now. According to him, this is a big edge for Max going into the match as compared to Conor. Nonetheless, Hill did state that being involved in the welterweight category would be of help to McGregor in the upcoming contest. Even with the acknowledgement of McGregor's expertise in the welterweight division, Hill wasn't prepared to make his selection for him. This is because there was still so much about McGregor that was not known after so long a time out of competition, Hill explained. All fans will just have to wait and see what kind of notorious they get come fight night. Ultimately, Hill did make his choice and predicted that it would be a knockout victory for Max Holloway.
It's a good fight. It's kind of hard to say who I think. I would have to go with Max having that edge because he's been more active. Conor hasn't been active. They're fighting at 170, so that does give Conor an edge because he's fought at 170 before, and Conor hasn't. And Max hasn't. But just we're gonna have to see.
Angelo Bedetti was extremely confident that Conor McGregor would lose to Max Holloway. He said McGregor has no chance in hell because of everything working against him, including a 5-year layoff, the serious leg injury, and the fact that he's now much older than when he was at his best. Bedetti argued that McGregor's game was always built around speed and timing rather than cardio, and after such a long absence, he doesn't expect those weapons to be the same. He also pointed to the careers of Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman after similar leg injuries, saying neither fighter ever returned to their previous level.
No chance in hell to win this fight. He just doesn't. 5 years ago, Conor broke his leg. I sat here in this chair and I said, Conor McGregor will never fight again. And I said it from my chest.
Hey, how lucky did you get that he didn't fight Michael Chandler? Because he would have fucking smoked Michael Chandler.
Well, now we know that.
Like, holy shit. Like, that, you made that video. Like, obviously it wasn't that video, but me and you are you put $1,000 on Michael Chandler, and I put $2,000 on Conor. And looking back at that, oh my God, dude, he would have fucking smoked Michael Chandler. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I sat in the chair and I said, Conor McGregor will never fight again. And then the Conor McGregor documentary took that clip and they mixed it with a bunch of other clips, but then they kept the audio and they used it throughout the documentary as like here's his comeback trail. And to Jacob's point, 2 years ago, I almost looked pretty stupid on that claim. because he signed up to fight Michael Chandler.
We had tickets.
We had tickets. Jacob bought me tickets. I have right here. I'm not going to get it because it's.
But Deddy continued by explaining why he doesn't believe McGregor can beat Holloway even if fans are hoping for a miracle. He said Holloway's durability, pace, and experience make him a terrible matchup for this version of McGregor. While he admitted McGregor always carries knockout power, he believes his speed has declined, and his cardio was never elite, even during his prime. Because of that, Deddy expects Holloway to survive the early danger, take control as the fight progresses, and eventually finish McGregor.